Okay, so here's Mac. You should know better. You know it only takes 3 individual events for. Oh, hang on. First pages. Let me turn that off. All right. Everybody, refresh your page so you come back. Text. Put in Mac's chat, please. Let me see if this works. If I figured out how to do this, I'm a fucking god. I'm a god, it's on there!
You nailed it.
Oh, I'm a genius. I'm so proud of me.
You should be. My wife, everybody, the reason that this is all coming together.
Okay. Alright! Hi! Sorry about that. I forgot to do the thing before we started and then realized later to do the thing I would have to restart stream completely. But here we are. We're here. And I'm legally required to say a couple of things. Here, let me put my face on the screen. Yay! It works. Hi, Jade. We're in clown makeup, FYI. I probably should have said that before I turned on the stream. I think she assumes it now. She should.
Well, the podcast is Clown Thoughts, if you think we're not going to be in clown makeup.
Okay, you noticed. Good. I was worried you wouldn't. Let me turn up my ring light. Cool. Okay. I'm not wearing no necklace. I don't have any rings on. I'm naked.
Dude, I forgot to do the bottom lines on my eye makeup. I feel naked right now. You didn't even fucking notice.
No. I just thought we were doing something, the normal thing, where yours are up and mine are down, because I'm...
No, because I do, like, the minor, like, both. Yeah, no, you never... It's okay. That's why I manage my own makeup.
Anyway, even as clowns, we look great. Thank you. I appreciate that. I am required to say this, even though on the stream on Twitch, it pops up with a little thing you have to click. We have to say it again, because this is recorded. We're recording this VOD and then putting it on YouTube, and then ripping the audio and putting it on Spotify, in theory. I have to do that tomorrow, because I'm going out of town on Saturday and won't have my computer. But it's fine, in order for it to go out on time. Or we can be a week late. We're going to try and be on time. If you don't know who we are, I'm Sabellow. Oh, well, let's go do it in order. You're...
Yeah,
let's do it in order.
Hello, Podcast Land. This is Azabov Chaos, and I'm here with my co-host...
Sabellow Chaos. Yes, if you can figure it out, as above, so below. Ha ha ha, it's a great joke. Okay.
Every time you explain it that way, people start pronouncing your name wrong. I want you to notice that every single time.
I just give up. I don't care at this point.
You need to care.
Why?
Branding.
Sabellow. It's short for so below. Or it's not short. It's altered. So below. As above, so below. Get with the program. Or don't. I don't care. Anyway, so this is a podcast meant for mature viewers. We do talk about mature topics. While we do talk about gaming and the random other things that we do in our lives, we do cuss a lot, and there will be some episodes where we talk about some really, really deep, mature topics, like relationships and relationship problems and trauma and how to approach it and things like that.
Fun things like sex and sexuality, because that's just who we are.
We will put trigger warnings in episodes, and if we do lives, there will be trigger warnings that are told before we start. There's 99% pretty sure there's no trigger warnings needed in this other than we cuss a lot. If that's a fucking problem, get over it. I'm looking through. This is our opening episode. Please bear with us. We're testing out a whole new soundboard. You can't see it behind my behemoth of a computer. Thanks, babe. But it's over here, and it's our first time running it through everything. We don't have a monitor that works right now. Like, not a computer monitor, but like a monitor feedback right now. We're working on it. Jade, if you have any tips, I'd love to pick y'all's brains for how you run what you do. Please. I need help. But we'll get with that later. So please be patient with us as we test, new equipment settings and just the overall flow of the show. I keep looking at my screen because I'm looking at a script, so I don't forget anything. We appreciate any kind of constructive feedback. Don't come at me with "you sound like shit." I'll punch you in your mouth. Just don't. But we do appreciate everyone who supports us in this new endeavor, and that's that on that. While we're doing this, if you want to check out websites and social media, go to our website, follow our social medias, that stuff.
I will advise you now by how it sounds. You can bring your mic closer, and you'll get a crisper sound because you can tell you're far away.
Okay, I'm screaming in my head. But I can't bring it any closer. It blocks you.
Use this as your monitor.
No, it's fine. But it blocks you.
I have a whole...
I know, but I want to see you.
You can't...
From this angle. There we go. There we go.
Her husband, who is also apparently becoming a budding sound engineer.
Suck it! I figured it out. Oh, but there's cables.
Is listening to this and being like, hey, one of us sounds crispy, the other one not as much.
How about now? How do I sound? Do I sound good?
Much better.
Is this better?
You're not just torturing me, you're torturing the whole fucking podcast.
It's only 2 of them and I know which ones. So, I say this, I have no idea how many people are watching on Facebook. I should probably pull that tab up so I know how many people are watching on Facebook. Boop.
It's torturing me.
Oh god! I could hear myself for 2 seconds and I hated it. Oh, there's captions. They have captions on Facebook now? That's so dope. Okay, sorry. I got really excited. Okay. So that's it. So that's that. As we move, I got really excited. Let me just mute this tab. I could hear myself for about 0.2 seconds, and that was not fun. Okay. That's it. Mature audiences. Don't be stupid. Constructive criticisms. That's it? Sound guy?
Yeah. I really wish that I wasn't having to listen to the delay of the stream and could actually listen to your sound live.
I'm sorry. We'll figure it out. We'll fix it next episode. I promise. Because we are not going to do that one live, at least. We'll be able to figure it out. Because that would be very helpful. But it's okay. So here we are.
I'm still getting that minor feedback from your mic.
Oh, hang on. Does that fix it? Did I figure it out?
Yeah.
Did I forget to touch the right button again?
Yeah,
my gain was
you
fucky
see,
again.
My wife needs to remember that some of her settings that she puts on her microphone so she can talk at it from far away will not work whenever we try to optimize it for podcast.
I just a baby. Okay, so we have a general outline that we're going to follow. It's probably going to go off the rails pretty quick, just because it is. But are you ready for some Would You Rathers? Do I still sound like shit?
Yeah, adjust it a bit more.
How
like
about
it's
now?
better.
How about now? No. What do you think? What's some? This is some talking that I have to do so we can short out our teams. I'm gonna have to fucking edit this video. Actually, you know what? No, I'm not. I'm just gonna throw it in YouTube. And if it's 4 hours long, it's 4 hours long. How's it sound? Better?
It's still gonna take some work out to get that feedback out of there, but it sounds a lot better than it did.
Sorry, guys.
Maybe it's just because I'm mildly autistic and I can hear the feedback more than maybe some normies. Maybe it's just because I'm mildly autistic and I can hear the feedback.
Oh, I can't hear any feedback. This is you. This is a you problem.
Oh, it's a me problem.
It's a you problem. Okay, support this decision. All right, cool. Are you ready for some Would You Rathers?
Yeah, fuck me up.
Fuck you up? Give me 1 second. Nope. I'm over here clicking the wrong button.
I thought you had them on the other monitor. That's why I was confused.
Do, but I want one thing real quick. AI people. Hey yo, how you doing? All right. Do you want a funny one or a relationship one first?
Let's start off with a funny one.
Let's start off with a funny one? All right. Would you rather fight 100 duck-sized horses or 1 horse-sized duck every time we have a disagreement? What? Would you rather fight 100 duck-sized horses or 1 horse-sized duck every time we have a disagreement?
Both of those are oh my god, the horn. You did find one.
I did find one. It's shitty though. I don't like it. I need to edit it.
We'll figure out another one.
We'll probably have to like custom do one or something.
I don't know. That's a tough one. I'd honestly have to say I'd probably rather fight the horse-sized duck.
Horse-sized duck?
Than hundreds of...
Just 100. 100. Duck-sized horses. You could step on them.
Does not matter. There's
grab them by their neck and swing.
Nah.
Okay, valid.
They're horses. Their necks are... Horses have much more muscly necks.
But they're small.
And they'll move faster.
They'll move faster. Valid. Okay, do you want a serious one or a funny one?
They're not chickens. They're actually more skittish than chickens are.
Oh, I don't like that. They're not chickens. Thank you for understanding immediately where I went. Alright. Do you want a serious one now?
Yeah, let's hit me with a serious one.
Alright, pick a number 1 through 5.
3.
Would you rather be in a relationship where you both have the same favorite video game, but always play on opposite teams, creating a competitive dynamic, or be in a relationship where you have completely different gaming preferences and constantly introduce each other to new games?
Oh, give me the different ones all day.
Different ones all day?
Because...
Same. I'd agree on that one.
We've done competitive stuff in games, and you cry a lot.
I'm just a baby. I need that as a sound. I'm just a baby.
You say, I'm just a baby.
I'm just a baby. Mac, text me that. Somebody text me that, please. I'll forget. Do you want to do another one? I have one more. I have one more funny one.
You want more funny one? All right.
But I also, I know your answer.
You already know my answer?
Yeah, because it's something that already happens.
Podcast doesn't know.
Would you rather be the one who always has to drive us everywhere, or be the one who always has to make all of our meals?
I already drive us everywhere.
That's what I was saying. You already drive us everywhere, and I'm usually the one who cooks. It's just how it works. We kind of have a neo-trad relationship, if you really think about it. New traditional. So it's like
I don't like neo-trad.
But you go off.
That phrasing made my brain sad.
Sorry, you go off and work during the day, and while I do have a job, check me out at absenthminded.com. For all of your needs.
Yeah,
I need to get a
shameless self-promotion.
Check me out there. I would love to do your things, logos and content creation. I also work with content creators and do their social media as well. So if you have a spicy Twitter, I manage those things. BT dubs. Anyway, so with that, you want to start some life updates and some under the big top information stuff?
Life updates, yeah. Let's hit them with that.
Let's hit them with that.
We started a podcast.
Everybody.
major life update there.
We did do that. We started a podcast. Why are you suddenly... Sorry, my computer just suddenly came to life. These fans in the front have not lit up consistently in weeks. And now suddenly it's working. I need Levi. Anyway, he's... sorry, distracted by the pretty lights. We started a podcast. We got married. In April. We got married.
Officially.
It's a good omen. I hope so, Jade. I hope so. Let's see. What else? I got accepted to FSU. Look at me. I'm going to college like a big goyle. I'm not stressed at all. Big stress. Big stress. I think that's it. That's kind of it for like life updates.
Yeah, because I don't do much.
Well, you recently stopped performing.
I did. I have taken a step back.
Do you want to talk about that, or do you want to just breeze past why you stopped performing?
Hold on. I gotta make sure that this is picking up my mic and not me coming in through yours. Okay, this is me talking now that your mic is off.
Oh. I got clown white on my microphone. Oh no.
Set your makeup better.
I didn't set it at all. Why would I set it? I'm sitting in front of a fan talking to my husband. So anyway, do you want to talk about why you stopped performing?
Because if you don't set it, it ends. You get transfer issues like that.
It'll be alright.
Okay, so moving on into why I don't perform.
Do we want to preface what we used to perform as?
Okay, so...
Because this is going on YouTube to people who don't know who we are.
We are a duo of clowns. I clown more than my wife clowns by a long shot. Just like we also differ where... for a while, we described ourselves as clown burlesque performers. However, my wife is the burlesque performer. I'm a vocalist. And unfortunately, with the show dynamics we ended up being involved in, it was a lot of drag burlesque. And then they tack on, oh, it's a variety show. And I would be the only variety. And that got frustrating, especially when the only time I felt like I was making some form of cash flow was when I was taking my clothes off, and then no one cared what my voice sounded like, and that's not the kind of environment that I want to perform in, because that's not the kind of performer I am.
Did you see what Jade said?
Oh. Yeah, you are the burlesque dancer. One of us dances. My talent is from the lungs up.
Your socially acceptable public talent is from the lungs up.
We're not going to talk about the
doing. Tightening your thing because it was getting a little.
Yeah.
Getting a little loopy, droopy, yeah. Droopy. That's the word I wanted. So as
trying to be sure that my microphone is pointed
where it should be, because you have where it is. I need to get your specs to put onto my stuff. Oh, and now the camera's all wonky.
Yeah, I might need to restart the camera.
Yeah, I'm working on it. So Az quit performing, and I stepped back into performing.
There we go.
I currently perform roughly 4 to 5 times a week with the Thorns and Roses at the Rose Room here in Tallahassee. Really love that crew, love the group. You know, we helped start the Rose Room from the ground up, and we really appreciate what they're doing over there. And while Az has taken a step back, we still support them and we still love them, and I still perform there as well. I'm not really a part of the Thorns and Roses troupe. I'm a guest performer. And shout out to Pixie Pastel for being an awesome show director. And if you don't know who Pixie Pastel is, you should. And you should come out and see us at a show or support us over on the Facebook. And I'm just going to put what to put on Facebook to like Google that or Google them or whatever. If you do Google them and you click on their website, I designed their website. Fun fact, and ran their social media for about 6 months. So with that, that's that big life update for performing. You took a step back for mental health. And because you wanted to find something else in your life, and we started a podcast. So this is actually, the podcast is Az's baby. I just run the pretty part of it. So I set up the stream, make sure the website and the social media runs. Az comes up with 99.9% of the content, and basically make sure that it is what it's supposed to be. This is a dream that they've had for quite some time. They've been on this mission to start a podcast for almost 2 years now, since we moved in.
Yeah.
Together, because originally it was supposed to be you and Doc, which you'll get to see Doc eventually. We'll introduce him. We'll introduce him to the podcast eventually.
My beautiful disaster of a roommate.
And then from there, we finally sat down this is about 2 months in the making now. Yeah. We sat down, decided we really wanted to do it. With me starting work full-time as a content creator and a social media manager and whatever the hell else I do, we decided to start this. And so here we are. So that's that update.
Yep. Yeah, me coming to grips with the fact that I got a new fancy mic. And my voice in general just sounds like it's coming out of a shitty speaker because of how crackly it is.
Wait, what?
My voice. I was like, oh, maybe my voice will sound real smooth if I get a new shiny microphone. No, the problem is how, like, gravelly my voice is on the back end.
Your voice is very gravelly. I think it sounds great. But you can't get those smooth tones.
Not with any voice I'm going to use for the podcast, no.
But, so that's that. So do you want to have some clown thoughts of the week? Do you want to go off the rails on some shit?
Some clown thoughts of the week?
Clown thoughts of the week.
Actually, since you did speak on this being my baby.
In the chat. Is there Charlotte in the chat?
What?
Who's in the chat? Who just talked? We know them. Is it Charlotte?
I think so.
It is! Okay, good. I didn't want to just dox you like that.
I think that is.
Aw, Nay on Facebook said she loves us.
Aww.
Aw, Nay, we love you too. I love you too, random citizen. Ha 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 ha.
Yep. Since I didn't do the intro I wanted to,
Valid. We will soon.
Welcome to all of you.
Nay said she loves your voice.
Oh, thank you, Nay. She's known it for a very long time. She knew it back when it was actually like getting to the point where it is now.
Oh yeah, before when you were squeaky. Did she know you when you were squeaky? When you were like
she knew me as I was exiting my squeaky face.
Okay.
But yes, so welcome to friends, enemies, and those still under review. The Clown Thoughts podcast actually started because I, on my Twitter, Azabov, at Azabov on Twitter if you want to look it up, I have my own series that I call Clown Thoughts, where I just post random shit that I come up with, or that just comes to my mind, or that I read that I think is funny as shit and want the world to know. Which may end up popping up at some point during the podcast, because I will ADHD the fuck out of this thing, because that's my right as the host, and will likely take this train straight off the rails. Because that's just the kind of person that I am. But yeah, so the podcast is named after my Twitter series.
I have a hot topic to discuss when you get
You
done.
have a hot topic to discuss? Okay, speaking of hot topics that we will be discussing on this podcast, We are a neutral podcast. We do not discuss religion, politics, or sports on this podcast.
We'll discuss some sports stuff if it's funny, and especially once it's basketball season at FSU.
Maybe. I don't know. I like to stay very neutral, and sports is always one that gets people way too riled up for my case. But definitely religion and politics are not topics that we are going to breach on this channel.
I also already have a method to the madness.
On this podcast. You are...
That's what I'm doing. You keep talking.
Okay.
We've got things. You keep talking.
Getting me so excited for
later
future segments.
Yeah. I hope we don't get doxxed. No, not doxxed. What's the word I want?
Doc?
No, doxxed. No, it's not doxxed. What's the word I wanted?
I don't know. What? Describe it. Describe the situation.
When you use non-DMCA music. Copyright.
I
knew I was gonna get there.
Canceled.
Canceled. Hope we don't get canceled.
Oh, gosh, we might get canceled.
We might.
Also, a note that the Clown's Thought podcast is based on my inner thoughts, filtered. You will never hear my unfiltered
there it is.
Opinion.
Oh, we're definitely getting demonetized.
We're not even monetized.
No.
We have to be monetized first.
Yeah. You get canceled a lot at OTR. Oh, cool, then I'm not afraid at all. But also something you guys can do...
If you love us, Cash App us.
That too, but you can follow us over on... YouTube. Do that, so we can be monetized, potentially. Get us monetized so we can be demonetized.
Yeah, get us monetized so we can lose that shit within the next post.
Yeah. But anyway, so continue. Sorry.
Continue.
Yeah. You were talking. Unless you're ready to go.
When I was, it's like, because another thing I did in addition to performing was hosting. And technical issues and performer issues of all kinds will happen, so you're sitting there with a microphone in your hand and you have to fill time with something because the crowd may as well be the FCC. We can't have dead air. Can I stop?
Are you ready
to go?
I was waiting on you. If you're done,
I was waiting on you.
Oh, okay. Well, we're ready. So, there's a sriracha sauce shortage right now. Did you hear about that?
There's a sriracha shortage?
There is a sriracha sauce shortage.
Try saying that 10
right
times
now.
fast.
Currently occurring. Apparently, it is so bad that 128-ounce bottle. Hey, Doc. Speaking of our crazy roommate, that's him. 28-ounce bottle of sriracha is selling for $30 at a local Asian grocery store. We're getting pretty low.
We gotta stock up.
I guess when we get back from the grocery store, when I get back from Michigan,
when we get back from the grocery store, we need to get us some sriracha. Shouldn't we do that before we get back?
Listen,
while we're there?
We'll go to H Mart. What's causing it? Oh, who's texting me?
What's causing it? It's me. I'm the reason for the shortage.
My mom texted me 10 minutes ago. Is it working yet? Renee. Would you look? Oh no, Dylan's watching us. Oh no.
God.
I'm suddenly nervous. Okay, anyway.
Why?
I don't know. Currently, due to weather conditions affecting the quality of chili peppers, we now face a more severe shortage of chili. Unfortunately, this is out of our control, and without this essential ingredient, we are unable to produce any of our products. Apparently, there's a drought in Mexico that's fucking with your sriracha. That's what's happening.
Storm clouds, get on it. I can't be robbed of my sriracha.
That's all right. So we're gonna save the explain the madness for last. I need 2 seconds.
Also, I have a tendency to cross my legs, but that puts my feet in frame, and I'm not giving away free. You don't get free feet with this podcast. Sorry, you gotta pay for that shit.
Something just to send you on a trail of things to talk about. Talk about Hawaiian pizza.
Hawaiian pizza?
Yeah, pizza on, pineapple on pizza.
Pineapple on pizza?
Talk about that for a minute.
Fuck yes.
While I fuck
that is
stuff.
The one thing, that is the one stance. I will die on this hill. Pineapple belongs on pizza. You cannot debate me on this. There is no debate. Pineapple belongs on pizza.
Are you sure?
If you can put fungus on a pizza, you can put a delicious fruit on a pizza.
Valid. You have a point. I'm with you. I'm following along. I promise.
Because you see, I know you're also not, if you debate this, it's just so that they hear an opposite opinion because you don't share it. Because I will throw you under the bus right now. You order pineapple on pizza every time we get pizza. Every time.
Not. Is it every time?
Almost every time.
Is it?
We literally had it the other night.
You didn't need it.
Even more my point.
Okay. Alright.
Because, the reason why I didn't partake of this delicious pizza, not only because our guest and my wife had a ravenous hunger that night, and there was nothing left for me, I also do keto, which I'm on a break right now, because goodness knows, I'm a carb queen.
A queen, you say?
But I said what I said.
Okay.
But because of that, I happen to have been doing it at the time and could not partake of the delicious pizza, but it smelled heavenly.
Did you see what Charlotte did?
Show us the dogs?
Show
No.
us the dogs. Free feet. No, you can subscribe to the OnlyFans. Alright, have you heard about McDonald's grimace trend that's going on TikTok right now?
Oh, because of the purple shake?
Yeah. Have you heard about what's going on with that?
Aside from the disgustingly horrid memes I have been seeing everywhere, what else has been happening?
So we're gonna switch screens here, folks. And we're gonna watch this real quick TikTok.
Damn, my boy got the grimace shake.
He's just out, apparently. I don't really understand it. I don't really know what's going on. Let's look at grimace shake. Let's just...
Hey guys, I'm here at McDonald's.
This technology opens us up to so much shit.
It's pretty good. Got a little bit of a kick. Get off me! Get off of me!
This is like some
This is a
pretty
cinematic,
Fazbear's
damn masterpiece right there. I don't know what's going on with this. We're just gonna watch one more.
Happy birthday, Grimace. We're gonna be trying it out right now.
Nope. Mans is grimaced out. Alright, so what is your... I need you to... So we're gonna... This is the segment. Oh, you can see my notes. Sorry, guys. I'm gonna go back to that. So, the segment's called Method to the Madness.
Method to the Madness.
Where I'm gonna let you explain it, and I'm gonna shut up and drink some drink.
Method to the Madness is where I'm given a situation of what looks like an action of weird or stupid proportions, and I try to break it down from a psychological standpoint as to what led them to this course of action. Hence the method to the madness. because that's how I live my life, and I have to explain myself to my wife all the time.
Constantly. Because I, 99% of the time, don't fucking understand what's going on in your head. And to be fair, you also don't always understand what's going on in mine, but you do a pretty good job. So...
Someone has to.
Valid. Excuse me. Oof. Just to kind of put that in perspective also, I'm about to go on a really big trip. I'm going up north to Michigan with a friend of mine for 5 days. And I've never traveled with this friend before. I have never traveled with anybody other than my husband in the last 3 years. Family members aside. So, we sat down, and Az starts going over the requirements of traveling with me. And it's like, make sure she gets breakfast in the morning. Make sure that there are always safe foods. So I have borderline personality disorder and ADHD and autism. I have the trifecta of awfulness, in my opinion.
An alphabet soup.
An alphabet soup, yeah, of mental illness. And I'm a little gay, so like I'm just alphabets everywhere. So I'm very particular about what I eat, and temperature regulation is useless to me. So like, Az is explaining all of this stuff to this person, and I'm just like, how you know all this? We've been together for 3 years. How you know this? But you just know this. So the method to the madness. So explain the grimace thing. I want you to just explain it. I want you to explain that. That's what I want. That's your first
horrid amount.
Yep, that's it. That's what I want you to explain. For your first situation. That's what I want you to explain.
There's chemicals in the milkshake. There I go, being nope,
we're not
going down that. Nope. So you want me? You're really starting it off.
I'm starting off hard.
Starting off strong.
Do we need to do some more research, or are you good?
That is because this is like become a whole TikTok thing.
Oh, it's a whole TikTok thing. Like if I type in, I wonder if it's on you. If it's made it to YouTube, it's a true trend. Let's look on YouTube. Let's see. Grimace. Oh, it's already there. It's already one click. Oh, there might be more videos. Let's go to the second screen there, buddy.
You're trying to get me to explain why a meme exists.
Help me!
Oh, there's footprints. Blech.
Yo. Special happy birthday to my guy Grimace. Today, we're going to be trying out his birthday shake. Let's go.
Oh no.
Yo. Special
I just need to know.
Yo.
This is how you make a Grimace shake.
I'll be drinking the birthday shake.
What do you think it's gonna taste like?
A purple.
Okay, so today we bought the brand new Grimace.
This is how you make a Grimace shake.
Let's go ahead and try it and see what it tastes like.
Bussin'.
Milk, ice cream, purple food coloring, and acid.
So I think the reference everyone's making... Here's my method to the madness. Oh shit. Fucking change screens, dipshit. Alright, so here's my thought process. Is they're referencing... What's that purple shit rappers drink? Lean. Is they're referencing lean. I think that's what it is. Because it's a purple drink of mysterious origin.
Like they're just robo-tripping.
Yeah, basically. Like that's what I genuinely feel they're doing.
Seen a lot of shit. I've never seen someone go that just off the wall over
feral?
Like just that feral over Sprite and cough syrup.
This shit'll fuck you up.
It'll fuck you up, but not like that. Not like leaving purple footprints everywhere.
No, well that's just like...
And looking like that dude looked like he took a shot straight to the head, like blew his brains out the back of his skull, and he got schlumped.
Schlumped. That's such a nice word. Schlumped. This is it. This is the podcast, guys. Literally, this is it.
What else are they supposed to expect from a couple of literal clowns?
I have no idea.
Especially those that are going to be like listening to this on Spotify that aren't going to see us in makeup.
You know, and I'm going to say that right now also, is that's a whole nother thing, is if you have colorophobia, listen to us on Spotify. We're still funny. And you don't have to see our faces. If you have colorophilia, check me out on the anyway. So hey, that's me. That is you. You do have the phobia of the coleras. Sounds like I'm saying cholera.
Cholera? It's not cholera.
No, it's Couli PH.
Chlorophobia. No, it's calorophobia.
It's calorophobia.
Calorophobia. Colorophobia? Do what I do.
Colorophobia! I knew I was right!
Colorophobia?
Colorophobia. Coulrophobia. I was not even close. Well, I missed the H. Oh no, there's not an H. I'm dumb.
No, you put it. You thought there was an H.
I thought there was an H at the beginning. Here's Encyclopedia Britannica's version. Of course, my fear is a word I've never been able to pronounce. Colorophobia is no laughing matter. I guess that is a pretty good clown honk. Anyway, so may cause panic and nausea. Although it's a rare phobia, the sound alone makes me cringe. I'm so sorry. That must suck.
It's as bad as the night that your friend had me do my clown laugh, which I will not be doing on podcast.
I got nervous just thinking about it.
Another thing that we also do is we work at a haunted house, where most of my heinous activities occur.
Yes.
Where
we do work at a haunted house.
I don't take advantage of people's trauma with clowns, and I try to help them through it, unless I'm being paid to exploit that trauma. In which case, don't come to the haunted house I'm at. I will not care how scared you are. It will not stop me.
Basically. Unless you're a child, we treat them with kid gloves.
My gloves with metal plates in them.
So, do you want to have, like, some chit-chats about, like, some things that I have? Do you want to pick a topic and go off on about it? Or do you want to just be jokey, goofy?
You got 10 topics over there?
I got 10 topics. They're all about relationships.
Let's go number 9, my favorite number. Between
number
1
9?
and 10.
Number 9 does not apply to us. We can't talk about it.
Huh?
Number 9 does not apply to us. We can't talk about it.
Then why is it there?
Because I haven't edited this yet. Number 10 applies to us. We can talk about that. Open up the Notion template. You can see the shit.
Number 10?
Number 10.
Let's just do number 10.
Alright, so we're going to talk about cultivating healthy communication in relationships. Something we wanted to talk about anyway. Because we do this all the time.
First off, communicate. Like, it sounds dumb. But...
we appreciate that, Jade. We appreciate you facing your fear to be around us. Anyway, you were saying?
But the real, like, at its core, the first step to proper communication is actually communicating in the first place.
Yeah. Yeah. You have to open up those avenues to I keep wanting to face you and I can't.
Also, we're that kind of couple where we have trouble being, like, sharing a space and not touching each other.
You're gonna see my leggies. Don't worry, I have pants on. Don't freak out, everybody. Okay, so... Oh, you still can't see my feet. Ha! You get one peek. Alright, anyway. That'll be $4.99. So... So you have to open up. We really need to move my camera to over here if we're gonna do this.
Yeah.
Think of it. But anyway, we'll do that later. So
we will do that later.
You have to really think about like. Let me pull stream up over here so I can see it out of the corner of my eye. You have to open up the avenues to communication, because if you don't have those avenues, obviously you're not going to communicate, but you have to be open to them being opened. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because without that, your partner's going to shut down. And if your partner shuts down while you're trying to talk to them, it just doesn't. It don't do. That's about what it is.
Well, I also look at our relationship has changed my viewpoint of a lot of relationships. Just relationships in general and how they should function. Because I've been in relationships where I've been unsure about talking about certain topics because I didn't know how to breach the subject because I was worried or nervous about how they'd react to it.
Yeah.
And I've never had that problem with you because
I'm perfect. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm far from it.
No, like, never strive for perfection. You're only going to disappoint yourself.
As the famous my father once said, there is no such thing as perfect practice. There is only practice. That's it. You just gotta keep doing it. You're gonna fuck up, you're gonna falter, you're gonna fail. But it's how you respond to that failure. Is there a failure in communication that you can think of that we've had to move through?
Us having a break. Yeah, when our autism gets in the way. And we end up... Our breakdowns in communication end up when we are arguing the same point, just in different ways, and it's different enough that we think it's a different, like, standpoint.
Yeah. And I'm so sorry I keep yawning, y'all. I'm on pain meds for a sprained ankle, and they just make me sleepy. So I really
I'm yawning because my wife is yawning.
I'm sorry. I just really think that it's funny. It's because I talk to my mom a lot. We're really close. Is when we sit down and I'm like, you know, Casey, shit. I'm just gonna edit that out there.
Azabov, yeah.
Just gonna. Sorry. Az and I have like never. I'm pretty sure everyone listening also already knows who we are, but you know, YouTube. I'll edit that out.
When it goes out into the interwebs.
Whatever. They know your first name. Cool Hand Luke. What we have here is a failure to communicate. But is I'll sit here and be like, we've never had an argument. And when we do argue, what did we argue about the other day? We were in the car. Where to park. We got heated because I thought you weren't gonna park where I thought I wanted you to. And you were like, just let me park. And I was like, no, park over there. And you were literally driving to park over there.
It's just like sitting there. It was like you were interrupting me mid-sentence when I was trying to give you the exact answer you wanted, but you couldn't get it because you wouldn't shut up.
Yeah. Basically. And so we just kept talking over each other. Oh, God. I'm sitting up straight.
She's seen me adjust my posture like 15 times since we've started.
My mother redeemed a posture check. I'm burning up in here. I'm hot, y'all.
I know.
Hooey.
That's why I married you.
Okay. Oh, hydrate. Son of a bitch. Jade figured out how to work the buttons. Okay. Now we're gonna make me have to pee. Also, those pork rinds keep making me hungry. What do
The
you
pork rinds you keep staring at?
Yeah, what do you want to eat after this? Oh, thank you, Mama.
You want to get some Zaxby's?
I fuck up some Zaxby's right now.
I'd also fuck up some Zaxby's.
Can I get chicken tenders, though?
You can get whatever you want, honey.
Awesome. I'll take some chicken.
Within reason.
Do you want to order it for delivery?
Yeah. If you want to. Actually,
so you talk about...
Actually, I have something, funny enough, since you're,
Stretch. Okay. I'm stretching. Normally I would get up to stretch, but that would involve potentially showing my booty cheeks, and I'm not gonna
that's the best you're getting. So, no, you do what you're doing, because,
You want me to talk about communication?
No, if you wanted to order
okay.
for delivery.
Oh, Mom says she has homemade chicken salad she can run by.
Ooh.
I'm still thinking Zaxby's.
We're still thinking some buffalo.
We're still gonna get some Zaxby's. Sorry.
Some buffalo wings.
Thanks, Mom. We love you though.
That's definitely something that.
Don't let me forget to put the cooler outside.
Don't forget to put the cooler outside.
Get fucked.
No, it's funny because speaking of your mother, she sent me something earlier.
Oh.
And I told her that I would talk about it on the podcast.
I hate this. Traditional
She
wings?
labeled this, yeah. She labeled this for my personal fun fact file.
My mom texted the chat. Don't forget to put the cooler outside. Thanks, Mom. Buffalo garlic blaze. Okay, sorry. Continue.
God, I'm trying to talk.
I'm sorry. I'm double checking I get your order right so I don't get... No, I was about to say so I don't get yelled at. No, I won't.
The U.S. standard railroad gauge, distance between the rails, is 4 feet, 8.5 inches. That's an exceedingly odd number. Why is that gauge used? Well, that's the way they built them in England, and English engineers designed the first U.S. railroads. Why did the English build them like that? Because the first rail lines were built by the same people who built the wagon tramways, and that's the gauge they use. Why did they use the gauge then? Because the people who built the tramways used the same jigs and tools that they used for building wagons, which used the same wheel spacing. Why did the wagons have the particular odd wheel spacing?
What card am I using?
Prime.
Or the wedding card. Or the green one. Huh? Prime? Okay. Sorry.
Oh god, now I gotta find my place.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
God.
You were at the why did they wagons?
Rather odd wheel spacing. Well, they tried to use other spacing, but the wagon wheels would break more often on some of the old long-distance roads in England. You see, the spacing of the wheel... You see, that's the spacing of the wheel ruts. So those who built those old rutted roads... Imperial Rome built the first long-distance roads in Europe, including England. For their legions, those roads have been used ever since. What about the ruts in the road? Roman war chariots formed the initial ruts, which everyone else had to match or run the risk of destroying their wagon wheels. Since the chariots were made for Imperial Rome, they were all alike in the manner of wheel spacing. Therefore, the United States standard road gauge of 4 feet, 8.5 inches is derived from the original specifications for an Imperial war chariot. Bureaucracies live forever. So the next time you're handed a specification / procedure / process and wonder what horse's ass came up with this, you may be exactly right. Roman army chariots were made just wide enough to accommodate the rear ends of 2 war horses, the 2 horses' asses. Now, the twist of the story. You see a space shuttle sitting on its launch pad, where 2 booster rockets attached to the side of the main fuel tank. There are solid rocket boosters, or SRBs. The SRBs are made by Theocol and their factory in Utah. I don't know if I pronounced that right, but whatever, fuck you. The engineers who designed the SRBs would have preferred to make them a bit fatter, but the SRBs had to be shipped by train from the factory to the launch site, so the rail line from the factory happens to run through a tunnel in the mountains, and the SRBs had to fit through the tunnel. The tunnel is slightly wider than the railroad track, and the railroad track, as it is now, is about as wide as 2 horses' behinds. So a major space shuttle design feature of what is arguably the world's most advanced transportation system was determined over 2,000 years ago by the width of a horse's ass. And you thought being a horse's ass wasn't important? Ancient horses' asses control almost everything. Thank you. Thank you, Sabellow's mom. I almost named you. That was... I thought that was well worth it. I'm a little out of breath now, but I thought that was well worth it.
Mother. Mother, I crave violence.
Thank you for that.
Did you get the violence one? Has it played? Okay. Good stuff. Yeah, good. I was just trying to process all of that. It's probably because my fan is directly in front of it. If you're trying to denoise my microphone. It's because I'm burning up like a child with no temperature regulation. What's wrong? What do you hear? What'd you hear, boy? Is
Okay,
Lassie in the well? Oh no, wait. It's...
Oh, it was a constant that...
Oh, did you fix it?
I fixed it. Don't touch nothing!
Okay. So do you wanna keep going on communication now that...
Yeah, let's go. Let's keep going on communication now that we've communicated about our food while I was trying to talk, which happens often.
I'm so sorry.
But I'm also very long-winded. No, it's fine. I talk way too much.
So, let me scroll all the way down to my notes.
That's why I have a podcast now.
So obviously communication is super important in relationships. What is one way that we keep communication solid in our relationship? I can name 2 ways.
Well, one, we do the whole relationship questions thing, usually late night before we go to bed.
Correct.
In our most intimate hours. Not that kind of intimacy, you degenerates, but also yes.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
I know, I need to turn that up. I also need to make this stand up taller so I can see my buttons.
It was like allegedly.
TMI. Yeah, Mom, not like that. Just like it's literally we have conversations.
I'm not gonna go into it, but after some of the comments you have made,
anyway, so
TMI is a bit of a stretch at this point.
We love my mother. She's great. She does a lot for us. So the questions we do, come from. Okay. Sorry. I know, messing with y'all. We love you too, Mom. So the questions we do are from an app called Ask Bae, B-A-E, which I just recently, fun fact, found out that Bae stands for before anyone else, according to Urban Dictionary. I just blew your mind. Did I genuinely blow your mind?
I had no idea, dude. It was just like a shortening of babe.
No, it's
baby,
for
babe. It made total sense. I didn't need to know anything else.
Just etymology right there. That's right. Etymology. Etymology. Etymology is words. Entomology is bugs. I think. Somebody fact check me. Anyway, so.
I'm sorry, like, a paper towel roll fell over and I squirrel-brained immediately.
Me too. I just heard it go on the floor. Okay, sorry, y'all. So the questions we do, I feel like I'm so out of camera. So the questions we do are from Ask Bae on TikTok. They have an app, but I refuse to download it because I'm lazy. But it gives you random questions, usually from... Like, they literally range from, like, some stupid, crazy stuff to, like, we're gonna get a little dirty. What's your favorite sex position? To what makes you feel loved the most? And it's usually 3 to 5 questions every day, and we go through them every day, most of the time. Like, last night we didn't do questions.
Yeah, we did.
Did we?
Yeah.
Did we do them before did we do them during our nap? And I just am stupid and don't remember?
You're not stupid.
Do I just not remember?
You just don't remember. We did a couple last night.
Okay.
Unless I'm wrong.
I don't think you're wrong. I think I'm just forgetful.
I mean,
but anyway, so it's called Ask Bay, and there's questions that vary, and we go through 3 to 5 of them every night, and I think we've been doing it almost every night since we got married. And that plus that opened up a lot of conversations like what can help you feel more organized and less stressed in life, to things like what else? What makes you feel the most loved? It's also real reassuring for your partner to talk about stuff like that because you go into it with that scared the shit out of me. Dylan's now following us on Twitch. Thank you so much. That lets me know that I have not updated. I am Pavliachi. What? Dylan, what are you talking about?
Remember, I'm always wrong. Even when I'm right, my wife is actually the one that's right.
Do you mean Pagliacci, which is Italian for clowns? Because Pavliacci is not it. You're close, though. Pavliacci, is that like Pavlov and clown and the German? Nope. The Italian for clowns. I just looked it up. Pagliacci. I guess. Pagliacci is the Italian for clown. Dylan said Pavliacci, which is close enough, but I think it's Pavlov and the Italian word for clowns mixed together. Listen, autocorrect doesn't like Italian. There it is. Okay, so that's what he meant.
Okay.
Because he said, but doctor, I am... It barely likes English. Listen, it hates me, regardless.
It's a Pavliacci.
Oh, no.
I'm a clown out of habit. I was almost gonna make a joke like, you can't tell if I'm a clown or not until I'm actually observed, so I'm always a clown and always not a clown, but that's Schrodinger.
That's Schrodinger, so...
Pavlov, like, it's...
Pavlov is
I hear a... and I have to put my makeup on.
Oh, that's not where I was going. So anyway...
Also, can we talk about how crisp my honk sound that I make sounds?
I know, I need to record you for the thing instead of this stupid thing. That's not what I wanted, but I did it anyway.
But,
there it is.
Yeah, huh?
Oh, yeah. Anybody who's ever played Metal Gear Solid?
Also, my reactions to these noises are going to be a bit delayed because it popping up on stream for me is delayed.
Schrodinger's.
Scrotdingers.
Schrodinger's Ringmaster is what Dylan said.
Schrodinger's
Not
Ringmaster.
the surprise sound. I knew it. Metal Gear Solid's the game, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, anybody who plays Metal Gear Solid's about to be traumatized with that noise. I love that sound. If someone calls me, that's my call noise on my phone. It makes me very happy. But no, I never get to hear it because I always have my phone on silent. It's very disappointing.
Yeah.
Anyway, questions.
Gosh,
we ADHD'd ourselves out of it. Clown problems, really.
Which, actually, fun fact, that helps me, that segues right into a reason that I feel...
Is really cute.
You don't make me shave it off. Don't talk about it. Okay. I will delete it.
Do not perceive. Yes, sir. Yes, Clown Daddy.
I'm doing my best to grow it out. God damn it.
I love you. Butts. Pete!
Hey, Pete.
Hi, Pete. Welcome to the podcast. We're talking mad shit right now.
But talking about ADHD actually brings me into... why I feel that these questions that we do are also important. Because living with ADHD means your brain is full of useful and useless content all day. Non-stop. So this helps us focus, and it helps me remind myself of things I haven't thought about. Because
the fidgets,
we have to fidget in some way.
I have pants on, by the way, guys. I know I don't look like it. What's your favorite sideshow acts? Ooh, what is our favorite sideshow acts? Thanks for the lurk, Pete. We love you. Hi, Kat. Hey, Harl. How you doing?
You mean like...
What's our favorite sideshow acts? I personally don't know. I don't really have, like, a type of sideshow.
Also, I'm not seeing everybody's...
It's on Facebook.
Chat.
Look on Facebook
that's
Live.
why
That's,
I don't have
everybody's
Facebook Live.
Yeah, that's why I'm looking back and forth.
I don't have Facebook Live. Hold on. Oh.
I'm looking back and forth between things. Oh, God. ADHD, acts or performers. You. We saw Hellzapoppin' last year.
Yes,
last
we were going to see it
during
this
we were
year,
gonna see
bought
this year,
tickets, and they canceled the show.
But, oh no, you're totally fine. Facebook, that's why I stream to both, so people can be a part of it, no matter where they are. I also figured it would make it a lot easier for certain people. So, sideshows, I think I find sideshow acts fascinating, but I personally don't study them, if that makes any kind of sense.
The
mom says the bearded lady.
The bearded lady.
Valid response. I enjoyed Hellzapoppin'. I liked the, like, sword swallowing. I find that fascinating. Anything to do with fire... Shut up. Anything to do with fire, I find fascinating. I really want to learn how to... Relearn how to fire spin, because I think that's super fun. Do we want to go get
I've been
Hang on.
trying to learn whips, bull whips. Don't get excited. They're not going to be used on humans. Except for one instance, but it's a special case. I'm not going to say anything because I don't want to give it away to anyone that is currently watching that may see the show.
Think about it.
But, like, fire whips are something that I want to get into. What?
Here comes Santa Claus, here comes Santa Claus, right down Santa Claus Lane. So anyway,
that is also not the song.
I know it's not. What is it? Rudolph? No, Rudolph's mine. Fuck, I don't remember. Do we want to go?
It's like the. It's the.
Yeah, that song. The Mean Girls? Is it from Mean Girls? Somebody fact check me. I think it's from Mean Girls. Also, I'm down if you're down.
They got that going on tonight?
I'm pretty sure. I don't know. Double check. Look it up on Facebook. It might be... I don't think it's Latin night.
It is.
It's Thursday.
Yeah.
Thursday isn't karaoke. Hey, bless his heart. You sort that out.
Gosh, I have to sort everything out.
I love you.
Not really.
I need to relearn how to spin poi. I really want to get into doing that. My hands can't figure out how to... It also doesn't help that my left wrist doesn't rotate all the way right. I just can't do two hands at one time. Get out. But yeah, fire acts are really cool, and I definitely appreciate those. But ADHD affecting relationships is a big thing, because not time blindedness, object permanence is a big problem that I face, that we both face. That if, like, me and Az didn't talk to each other every day, I think I'd probably low-key forget that they exist to a point. Simply because
we
of
don't
just
experience
the way...
like the degradation over time of feelings like toward friends and everything. Like I can go 5 years without talking to a buddy of mine, and they'll reach out, and to me it's like, oh, like we just talked yesterday.
Yeah, and that's kind of one of those things that I think I find benefits us almost, because if we ever do have an actual argument, we'll forget about it pretty quick.
I also have, like, my daily reset. Like, I don't have to, Like, as long as it's not, like, something major that requires me to have, like, several days to cool down before I can respectfully talk about it.
Yeah.
Anything minor, I wake up the next day and it's like it didn't even happen. But we're also not, like, toxic and don't do stuff like withdraw affection just because we're upset.
No.
And things like that, because that's dumb. Also, going to, like, the importance of communication. I'm one of those that now seeing what a healthy relationship actually looks and feels like, I'm one of those, like, if you feel that there's major stuff that you are not comfortable talking to your partner about, then that in and of itself needs to be a conversation. Because I feel like that's kind of the beginning of the end. Like, I feel half the relationships are doomed from the start because they have so much that's different between them that they just don't talk about. Because they're worried about driving the other way. Which, if that's the feeling, then, you know, what kind of lasting relationship do you have? You're having to hide half of who you even are.
Yeah.
And you've seen all my nonsense.
Yeah, and that's definitely something that... Give me 2 seconds. And that's definitely something that you have to kind of take into consideration as a couple, is what amount of love you give, whether it's unconditional or not. Because if you approach something and someone with unconditional love and understanding, your communication is going to be different. I can look at Az right now and tell them the most distraught, heart-wrenching thing, and we would look at each other and go, let's find a way through this together. Because we're together. Basically, it's us against the world, not the world against each other. If that makes sense.
Yeah, it's not the world against us as individuals. Usually it's... And I also do my best to, because I'm admittedly a bit of a know-it-all. And I have a lot of advice to give, and it's trying to step back and realize that some things don't need my advice. They just need my presence in the moment. Because there's no fix for it. And all you're doing is just communicating the issue you're having, but the issue is something you're having with yourself. And it's something you need to work through, but you're also trying to vocalize it so that you can hear it come out of your mouth and there's someone to actually listen to it. You're not actually looking for my assistance outside of just being an ear.
Yeah. And that's something to approach the conversation is, do you want feedback or do you want... What's the word I'm looking for? Do you want help or do you want validation? We're posture checking. We're both sitting up straight. Don't start with me. I will spam your friggin' chat, Citrus. Anyway, where am I going? My brain just fried. It's fucking hydrate. Know. Thank you. That's what I needed. Being able to communicate to your partner, yes, I need... Yeah, wanting to fix... Exactly. You wanting... That's what I was trying to get to. Thank you, Mom. Is wanting to fix it. And I'm this way a lot. Is Az will tell me... Just casually, hey, I'm not feeling great today. I'm bad brain case day, I'm not okay. And I'll be like, okay, well, what can I do to fix it? How can I fix this? What can I do to solve this problem? Is it a thing for, us to work through? Is it a thing for us to work through? Is it and Az will just sit there and be like, just listen, just let me listen, just listen, Linda,
just let me cook,
let me cook, let me work through it. But I almost take it personally, because I want to be there as a support system and support you, which means I have to fix it. But you don't have to always fix the problems that your spouse or your partner, or however you want to refer to the person you're talking to, even as a parent. Me and my mom do this. We go through it. I hope you don't mind me talking about this, Mom. If you do, tell me in chat and I'll stop. But it's very much so a thing for us is, and my mom always has my back, and I know this, is that she wants to help me through every problem I have. And sometimes we both just need to realize that she's trying to help me, and sometimes I should accept that help. And that's a hard thing to deal with, is accepting that help as a child from a parent, or as a spouse, from your spouse, from your partner. Accepting that help and that assistance, or just communicating, hey, I don't need the help right now, but, letting them know that you're appreciated, or that they're appreciated, and that their offer of help isn't, what's the word I'm looking for, isn't taken for granted, or they don't want your help because fuck you. It's, thank you for offering your help, I just don't need it right now. Or I need it in a different way.
Yeah, because sometimes just like same mental health bullshit, different day. So I have a thing where I don't like repeating myself. So, and
I have an audio delay disorder.
Well, it's not that bad, but it's like I feel. But no, like let me cook.
Yes. Okay.
Because you're taking that out of context for what I'm trying to say here. Because
our order has now. I'm sorry. Our order has now gone through 3 different drivers.
What are they doing? A relay?
No.
Like a baton pass?
They're just refusing. They're accepting the order and then refusing it.
Oh, that's less exciting.
Sorry. Continue.
I just imagine these guys just like driving and just yeeting it through the window through traffic.
No.
But welcome to my brain. Speaking of my brain, no, like repeating myself due to either your auditory processing, which I also suffer, which is funny because she'll be like, "Can you repeat that?" And then she'll get what I was saying halfway through me repeating it.
Oh yeah.
Which I do the same thing, where then it's like, I try to like wave my hands like, you can stop talking now, don't waste your breath. I got it.
We both just look like
because then it's hard for me to continue to process what she's trying to ask me, because she's talking again.
I'm sorry. I love you.
But no, like repeating myself and like repeating the same issue over and over again. Because I've had it in the past where someone has berated me until I've talked about it. It's like, oh, well, this is just the same shit all over again. Why are you, like, letting this happen? It's like, I'm not letting anything happen. My brain is going through this no matter what I do to distract myself.
Yeah.
I have to live with it. Don't be such a see you next Tuesday.
No, we can say that.
We can say it?
We can say it.
I can say cunt on the air?
We can say cunt on the air. At this point, fuck it. I mean, it's Twitch. What are they going to do? Demonetize me? They can't. I'm not violating any
Yeah, we're like already
What's the
almost
word
an
I'm
hour and a
looking
half
for?
in, so
I'm
we've
not
already passed the
violating
YouTube
any, shit. Community standards. Hey!
them community standards.
There it is. Listen, if What's Her Fuck can play Diablo 4
And on
and
Twitch,
be trash
the standards
in lingerie,
are real low.
Facebook hasn't bitched. You know what? If Facebook bitches, they bitch. It'll be alright. We'll be fine. The thing is none of these services can do anything live when you're live, but they can take, like, the video down afterwards. Which is whatever.
We'll cross that stream when we come to it.
Yeah, we'll cross that. Yeah. That. So, how do we resolve conflict in our relationship?
Fucking talk about it.
That's
like,
not what I thought you were gonna say.
How do we resolve conflict? Oh, no. This is not that. This is not Clown Thoughts After Dark.
It is after dark. It's after 9 p.m.
I mean, it is after dark.
It's pretty dark out there.
But we're gonna have more advisories for those episodes. Because that
my
involved.
mom won't be listening.
Yeah.
We'll tell mom not to listen those times.
Those episodes are going to be flagged specifically because we're going to talk about a lot of heated things from specific communities that some people are not going to understand things I say and are going to try to like call the authorities.
Anyway,
it's like, is she okay? She's fine.
She's fine. I signed.
She's one of the most spoiled clowns in existence.
Mom's like, please tell me that we're doing that episode so I can go away. Don't worry, Mom. We'll let you know. We'll let you know. So, how do we resolve conflict in our relationship? Realistically.
Well, realistically, especially if usually our conflict is both of us getting heated, and then we both take a step back and wait, hold on, we're both saying the same fucking thing.
Yeah.
And I think that's it, is we both have the presence of mind to step back, look at what we're saying, look at what the other person is saying, and giving an opportunity to actually explain.
Yeah.
And pick apart, like, okay, I know you said this, but the way you said this way made me feel like you meant this.
You said X, I heard Y, and this is what I felt because of that.
Yeah.
But, so, to me, we resolve conflict that way, too, but also connecting after conflict is really important. So, if it's a really bad time, again, let me remind y'all, if you need to be reminded, you probably don't, I have the alphabet of the mental illnesses. So one of those alphabets is borderline personality disorder, and if you look up borderline personality disorder, you're going to hear about 400 different things, because if you put 400 people who have borderline personality disorder in a room together, we're going to have 400 different types of symptoms, like variations. So there are technically 10 indicators in the DSM? Is that what it's called? The DSM-5. At time of diagnosis, I had 9 of them. The one I was missing was psychoses and, like, hallucinations. And that came later, and then I dropped out of that because that was stress-related. So with that, it means my frontal lobe development basically stopped at 16. And your frontal lobe controls your emotional regulation. And I am the luckiest clown in the world to have the husband that I do, because they take that emotional regulation, the faulty emotional regulation, basically, and they help me through it. Because I can't regulate temperature in my body, if I get hot, sorry, I need to clear my throat. Allergies are bitchin'. If I get really hot out of nowhere, my emotional regulation's out the window. I'm bitchy. I'm like your stereotypical woman, I guess. I'm very bitchy, snippy. It gets very 0 to 100 real quick. And they take that, and that's usually when I think about conflict in our relationship, that's the type of conflict I think about, is it's never, oh, well, you spent $500 on the credit card and didn't tell me, or some random crap like that. Because we don't have those issues. Because, one, I'm very communicative about when I spend $500 on the credit card. And we work through that. But when it comes down to like conflict, it's usually something like, I'm hot, I'm irritated, I haven't eaten because I'm forgetful and I don't eat. And now you're just the next person in the room to me and I'm just going to bitch at you for whatever reason, is we both can take that time once I realize that that emotional regulation has just gone out the window, is we both reconnect. And reconnecting is that key integral part. Integral part of resolution for us, because we're very touchy people. Although I don't like to admit it, so nobody tell anybody. If I find out you told somebody...
heavens forbid it fuck up your street cred.
It really might fuck up my street cred with my cow print desk chair that I have. I'm a hard ass, can't you tell? But we reconnect back with each other.
About your dozens of stuffed animals either.
Those are emotional support stuffed animals. You could actually see one if I move my chair. Oh no, you can't. It's too dark. There's a dragon on the floor. But that touch and reconnect and that cuddle and that hug is what really helps calm both sides down from that regulation. We do a move, the hands on the hips thing.
Yeah.
We picked it up from a TikTok. Was it a TikTok of this
I did
dude?
that. I did it long before that.
Okay.
But
well,
you noticed it in the TikTok, and then you noticed me doing it more.
So it was a TikTok of this kid who was like play boxing with his dad. Like his dad was teaching him how to fight, and he just fucking just rings his dad right in the face. And you see him start to react, and then he just puts his hands on his hips and like arches his back and just gets real still and starts breathing through his nose. And so that's kind of our key indicator for, like, if we're play wrestling or whatever, where I'm doing this shit at them and we get overwhelmed, that hands on the hips is like our stop. And once that stop happens, if I care to listen to it, because sometimes I don't, because I'm a brat, but if once that stop happens, it's that reconnect afterwards. The cuddles, the pets, the we're okay, you're okay, we're good, we're fine. And that movement towards each other after trying to pull away is what can help cement that activity in your head.
And it's also one of those, myself with untreated ADHD by choice, before anyone starts throwing in whatever fucking comments, like, oh, hey, you should get an Adderall, it's great. I've weighed options. That's also a point that we should make with this podcast. Unless we explicitly say it, we're not looking for advice. So, just save yourself the energy to type it out. Because, like me, I have my coping mechanisms. I'm doing fine. But a side effect of ADHD in general for a lot of people is having that just a baseline of being irritable. Like, I describe it because I dealt with a lot of anger issues as a kid. Thankfully, trust me, I've toned down in my old age.
In your old age.
But, I describe it as like, for those of you that have seen the Avengers, when people are like, hey, what's your ask Bruce Banner, what's your secret? My secret is I'm always angry. That's how I don't have, like, massive rage lash outs. Because I don't go 0 to 100. It's more of like a 40 to 100. And it's less of a jump, so I'm able to contain it. But we've only had, like, one instance where I was having a bad mental health day. You were having a worse mental health day, and you had a whole blow up, and you started to yell at me, and I squashed the entire conversation immediately.
And my thing is I don't remember. I remember putting my forehead through a bathroom wall. I remember that day.
Yeah.
I remember that argument.
But
and I remember yelling at you in the car about my ankle.
Yeah.
Is that what you're talking about?
No. This was months ago. This was like the one time where I've looked at you and been like, we are not doing this. We're going to pick up this conversation when we're both calmed down and can be respectful adults.
Okay. No idea. Do you remember what we were arguing about?
This is also a fun fact. If she feels very intense emotions, she will also lose the memory.
I black it out. I lose the memory. So, like, I don't remember my childhood up until I'm, like, 14. And then, even then, patches are still missing. So, it's, like, 14, 16. I remember some of that. And then, like, 17, 18, early-ish, yeah. And then, like, 18 to 24. No, not 24. 18 to... How old would I be in 2020? 22? Nope. Yeah, 2020. Roughly 2020. Yeah, traumatic short-term memory loss. Yeah, exactly. So that, basically, I vaguely remember most of it.
Yeah, for those of you that see me squinting on camera, I'm trying to see your screen because I realized that with us doing this podcast, I needed to have my glasses off, but I didn't see I really need to have my contacts in.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to read your screen.
And now we know. You could also pull up Facebook and pull up the live on there too.
I mean, technically, I could just... We're trying to do this podcast successfully, and I don't want to put more stress on the internet than we need
That's valid. I do think we maybe need to pick up a cheap monitor somewhere and put it right there.
Well, don't we have one downstairs?
Yeah, but I don't trust it.
It's old, and all we need it to do is just something very simple.
Can it connect to your...
Yeah.
I don't want to overload this.
No, I was already planning on that it'll be connected to my computer.
Yeah, so we'll just get another arm for it.
We got this.
Yeah, we'll get another...
Look at that. Communication.
Communication. Yeah, so that's that. We did it. We did a podcast for 1 hour and 32 minutes. Do you want to do another Would You Rather to close us out?
Do we want to do another Would You Rather? Did we miss anything that we wanted to talk about?
No, we talked about everything. We even did the segment that I didn't think we were going to do, because I didn't think I was going to find anything. It was Method to the Madness.
Method to the Madness.
It's okay, I'll be more prepared.
God, there was one. I actually have a Method to the Madness to share that happened recently, and I'm surprised you didn't bring it up, probably because you just forgot about it.
Most likely. I'll remember when you tell me. Damn, Zaxby's.
You looked at me. I'm sitting there. We had a guest in our house.
Which one? Okay. Yeah.
It's our guests are so varied in height. She can show.
I could figure out which one we're talking about.
Which one it is based on where she says the height is.
I really hope he's in chat right now. I don't think he is though.
But I was having dinner, and with it, I had myself an energy drink instead of a regular, drink. And I decided to be a responsible adult and get up and put my dishes in the sink. Next thing I know, moments later, my loving wife comes up to me holding said energy drink can and asking me, why is this in the sink?
Oh!
So this is what happened.
That's right.
Our guest was drinking their drink out of a glass.
Okay, Kat.
Therefore, as I got up, my brain was like, you also had a glass, obviously.
Yeah.
So I put what contained my drink, the glass, in the sink.
That's right.
and trying to walk this through, because I also, like, even had in my head that before I stood up, I was like, okay, because I think everything through before I do it. It's why my actions are usually rather delayed. Okay, I'm going to get up, take the dish to the sink, and I'm going to drop the can off in the trash can on the way there. But in getting up, I saw the glass as I'm headed there, and my brain got completely distracted because I was also talking. I'm lucky I can walk and chew bubblegum at the same time.
Yeah.
But yeah, so can ended up in sink.
And I just like grabbed the can out of the sink and was like, me. Are we saving this? That was pretty funny. That's valid. That
was also like along the same lines of when our roommate couldn't find his keys. And one of the first places I looked was in the freezer. Or in the refrigerator.
Yeah. I mean, I've put my keys in the refrigerator.
Because I was like, okay, he came home. I asked him, like, what'd you do? He's like, because he was tired and he took a nap right after he got home. So knowing his tired brain, he's like, all right, so I went in the kitchen, I made myself something to eat. I was like, all right, did you pull something out of the fridge? Yes. He was like, yes. So I immediately went to the fridge and opened it up to see if the keys were in there, because I was like, in my adult brain, I may have, if my keys are in my hand, I would have thrown them in the fridge. They ended up being in his vest.
It was in his vest.
That he took outside and laid on his car, and then checked his pockets.
And
realized he didn't have his keys and came back in. Forgetting that before he took the vest off, he had put the keys in his vest. In his
pocket. That's what it was. Bless his heart. Yeah, Zaxby's, I'm canceling this, because Zaxby's has been wrapping the order up for the last 15 minutes. I guess we'll just fucking keep on. It's paid for.
Yeah.
Fucking irritating.
Do we want to keep...
Do you want to
go, like...
Do you want to do another...
Would you rather, or do we want to go on for another fucking hour and a half?
I mean, it depends. What do you want to do? I can start getting some would you rathers.
Yeah, let's get some would you rathers up.
You want some goofy ones? I like the goofy ones. And then we'll switch. So we've already done... We did 3. Let me just strike through that so we don't do it again. And we did...
So, of course, like, future Clown Thoughts podcasts will be a little more structured, I guess. But the main thing is going to be we're not going to be fucking with streaming for most of them, except that unless it's like a special event.
Yeah, I figured on our first one, yeah, and then our 5th one maybe.
This is our
and
launch,
then our 10th
yeah,
one,
and then
so
like
every
a
5
little anniversary episode, or if it's like there's a big to-do, like a Christmas episode, something like that.
All right,
or Yule or whatever, a holiday episode.
This is gonna be a good one. You ready?
And also, are you gonna be editing this down?
For
cutting
YouTube?
out some stuff for YouTube? Yeah.
I'm gonna try and get it edited tomorrow, which might mean I do nothing else. But I do have to go to Dollar Tree.
Okay.
Okay. All right, you ready?
Yeah, hit me. Not literally, but yeah.
Pick a number between 1 and 5.
3.
Would you rather relive our first date every day for a year, or fast forward to see one day of our life 20 years from now? You hate this question. Do you need me to say it again?
You mean to tell me I have a choice between seeing us in 20 years, if we even make it that long?
Here.
We're pretty nuts. Like, who knows?
I'll even put it in chat so you can read it again if you want.
Oh, no, I don't need to. I was building it as you were reading it.
Sorry.
Or relive going to the state fair.
Every day
for a year. Oh, easily see one day in the future. I love you, but I need to do something that isn't going to that anxiety-packed fairground.
That's valid.
And being on that Ferris wheel every day.
With those kids?
With the kids. With children.
No thanks. Alright. Pick a number 1 through 4.
Two.
Ooh. Would you rather be stuck in a romantic comedy with me as your co-star, or have to survive in a horror movie where we both have to outsmart the villain?
First of all, I am the villain. Secondly, we already live a rom-com.
That's what I'm saying. I don't want to be in a horror movie. I faint. Can you imagine that?
There would be no outsmarting it. No, you would faint, I'd see your life in danger, and then that villain would find out who the real villain is.
That's valid. That was in your vows.
It was in my vows.
Do you want to do a serious one?
Yeah, let's do a serious one.
Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Make me think about it.
Pick a number 1 through 4.
3.
Would you rather have a partner who always wants to talk about their in-game achievements and strategies, but never asks about your day or emotions, or have a partner who is extremely attentive to your emotional needs, but has zero interest in your gaming adventures?
In my daily adventures or my gaming adventures?
Your gaming adventures. It's either someone who will listen to you go on about your gaming, but does not give a shit about your emotional state, or someone who doesn't give a shit about your gaming and cares about your emotional state.
I do like bragging about my gaming, but I can't deal with somebody that isn't going to be emotionally present.
Yeah. I completely would agree with that.
Like, if I have to choose.
Yeah.
However.
You don't.
Fuck all that noise.
You don't have to choose.
I found someone that... you know what? I'm not going to say that. Someone that's multifaceted. Because if I say that one fucking phrase, that song's going to be stuck in my goddamn head.
What?
No, to speak the evil will bring it into existence. No.
You can still brag, she just won't listen. So it's now. I
mean, it's true. She does this thing where she just lets me rant on about the little things I do in my game, and she will feign interest because she has no idea what the fuck I'm talking about.
Not narrative.
Just to humor me, and I'll take that. I keep clicking over on the stream so I can get my bonus bits. Not bits, but the
I know what you're talking
scales.
about. The dragon scales.
Do we want to change that to like clown noses or something?
Yeah, I need to do a lot of things to update the stream, but I don't have time. So... alright. Do you want serious or funny?
We just did a serious one. Let's do a funny one.
Would you rather have the ability to read my mind, but only when I'm thinking about food, or the power to make me laugh uncontrollably at any moment?
I already have the ability to make you laugh uncontrollably at any moment.
Not at any moment. I don't know what you're talking about. Dicks! Ah!
Or make her faint at any moment.
I did almost faint.
But you still laugh.
Big T-Mac gravy. Oh, dear God. Toma's here.
Oh, that username, my guy.
Big T-Mac gravy. Wow. I have
Also, we did
opinions.
over that scream, I think for the sake of everyone on the recording, we're just gonna have like a real quick
I almost peed. I'm so sorry, Mom. Pimp Daddy seeing Clown Princess. I like him. We can keep him. Apparently the lobby is closed at Zaxby's, but the drive-thru is moving steady. She said she'd be here shortly.
Oh.
Thank you. What's her name? Lisa. For your Uber Eats greatness.
But yeah, that was...
Oh my god. Alright. That was awful.
Great.
So what's the answer?
Oh, because I have no problem
making
you laugh because I'm gonna have a moment.
You're pretty fucking funny.
I'm pretty fucking funny.
So you'd rather
definitely be able to read your mind to know what the fuck you want to eat. I mean, I've already got it down to a science, but to know precisely instead of like based on your mood having a group of foods.
It's always sushi. It's always sushi. I will never turn down sushi. Ever. Okay. Would you rather always have to sing rather than speak to communicate with me, or dance everywhere you go?
Oh, sing.
I know.
Easy.
Because you can't dance.
Because I can't dance. I can't dance for shit.
I'm clipping that in the VOD. Oh, I'm clipping that. Alright, we got one more funny one. Would you rather have a pause button or a rewind? A rewind? Or a rewind button for our life together? A rewind.
What would the pause button even do? Like, great, now we're frozen.
Dude, I don't know. What would you rather have?
We're about to get a little philosophical.
Oh god, here we go.
Hey, let me cook.
Where did you pick that up? You've been saying it more.
It's social media, dude.
Valid.
Like TikTok, YouTube.
We've got two serious
particularly,
ones left.
I Sandra and Coda, if you're interested in 40k lore.
Mom says rewind and start sooner. No, we actually
Okay, so we actually had this discussion. Because a friend of ours actually brought that up because we were both living here at the same time before you moved. And we could have potentially run into each other, but I didn't start going to the bar until after you'd already moved.
Apparently, they said someone already came and got it. And I said, no, we've gone through 4 different drivers and no one's brought anything here. I'm gonna be really upset.
Do we need to...
Can you go downstairs? And see if someone fucked up?
Okay, we're gonna take a real quick pause. And I'm gonna go downstairs to check
and
to see
then
if
I'm
there's
gonna
food.
finish the story that you started. Unless you want me to go downstairs.
I got it.
Okay. With my bum ankle. So we had the thoughts of should we start sooner? Sorry as I'm fighting with damn Uber Eats. This has never happened before. So yeah, exactly. That's kind of the thing is we don't think that we would be in the same position. I'm guessing no. Not there. Okay. So we would not be in the same position as
you can hear me in the background.
We are right now. Yes. As we are right now, and we kind of went through it like as a couple, and we're like, Well, here's what's going on, is we basically figured out that we would eat each other alive and not have been as strong of a couple as we are, and probably ended pretty quickly. If we had met before I had moved, when about the time you moved here, if we had met then, I think we wouldn't have done well. Personally.
Yeah, because that was actually toward the beginning of mine and my ex-wife's relationship. But also just who we are. I had just gotten out of a rather toxic situation before that. And if I had the same level of attraction for you then that I have for you, like, now, and you didn't have the growth that you'd had over those years,
yeah,
like, you would have eaten me alive and I would have happily let you.
Yeah, and so I have to thank my therapist that I had in North Carolina, actually, for a lot of my growth, because I moved from Tallahassee to Pennsylvania, and then from Pennsylvania to North Carolina, and then North Carolina back to Tallahassee. And I'm using that specific city because it's all over our website. Like, that's where we are. We're here. You know, it's a pretty large town. If you want to find us, be my guest. Good luck. Whatever. And then I moved back home here. And so if I had caught you in 2017, when did you move to town? Okay, so the order got canceled.
Oh gosh, 2017?
So, do you still want Zaxby's?
Do we want to go through that nonsense?
Well, what happened is someone stole our order from the restaurant and then canceled them picking it up.
Did we get our money back?
Yes, because the woman who picked it up, Lisa, called support and fixed it.
Okay, cool.
So, do we want to do it again?
Do you want to do it again?
I'm still hungry.
I am also still very, very hungry.
Okay. So anyway.
Okay, so, anyway, trying to think. 2017? Oh, I was still going to...
The store's closed.
Wait, hold on. Oh, yeah, because they close in like 2 minutes.
Yep. So... Chicken grill?
Chicken grill.
Continue. Are you ketoing or not ketoing?
Oh, no, I'm taking the week off.
Ooh, we could get Slim Chickens. Mom says they're really good. Still get chicken wings? Yeah.
Or just get something else. You know what surprised me? Get something else on there that you think I'd like.
From Slim Chickens?
Yeah.
Okay. Continue. Because they're right down there.
Actually, I'm thinking something like chicken sandwich related.
Chicken sandwich related?
Yeah. So, fuck me up.
Alright.
I was sitting here touching my face like I don't have clown makeup off, then I realized like, oh, I set this shit pretty good. No transfer, let's go.
They have chicken and waffles?
Hmm?
They have chicken and waffles.
Yeah!
Okay.
Let's do that. Podcast is finding out real quick that I am very excited about chicken and waffles. It's one of my favorite food groups.
Sriracha garlic?
Yes.
It's only like 3 tenders and then waffle.
So what you're saying is I'm probably going to want more food?
Yeah, don't worry. I'm going to fix that.
I trust you.
What do you want to drink? What drink do you want?
I'm just going to handle
included.
water.
It's included.
It's included?
Yeah.
Something diet.
Coke Zero?
That's fine.
Or Diet Coke?
Got Coke Zero.
Sorry. I don't know you like you know me. Anyway.
Because that's actually partly my failing because I just handle myself in the background and don't let you in on a lot of stuff. Yeah. I just do it.
Anyway.
Particularly because if I'm making the food order, I'm just going to put in what I want.
Yeah.
And then I ask you what you want. That's how I learn you more than you know me. Because I'm the one doing the food orders.
We wouldn't be where we are.
Oh yeah, no. Because in 2017, I'm trying to think. I think I was working at Warner at that time.
Okay, so in 2017, I had just moved to Philly. I'd have eaten you alive. Because I didn't really know where I was going at that time.
Oh, I think I was still I was still at Lively at that point. I was still in school.
Yeah, so I wouldn't have really known. Oh, it came out cheaper too.
Dope. Love that.
So I wouldn't really have been I'm trying to use the word adjusted. I wouldn't have been as well adjusted as I am right now. Because I feel like in 2017 I was going through it. But yeah. I really don't remember a lot of 2017.
I think certain
but I do know that I was up north and I was not happy.
Certain aspects of me would have held you down, at least in some way.
In some way.
But, as far as, an actual relationship, neither of us would have been stable enough.
No, and you would have still been living with your grandparents.
I was actually still that toxic situation. I'm not going
Got it. Yeah, so
not going to name any names here.
I'd have fought. I'd have gone to jail. I'd have taken you from that toxic situation, and I'd have gone to jail. Because I would have had to prove that I was better. And I'd have gone to jail.
Well, it's what it is.
But anyway, so we are where we're at now. I think we met at where we should have met for the simple reasons of I'm further along in my, I don't want to say therapy journey, but I'm further along in my regulation of myself, I guess, and further along in, what's the word I'm looking for? My professional development. Whereas prior, we were together, if we'd have been together while I was working real people jobs, we wouldn't have done as well as we're doing now. Because I can barely stand for 8 hours now. I definitely was struggling to do it then. And that was one of the harder parts. Is managing mental illness and working a real people job. And a real people job, I mean, my background is in factories and manufacturing. And I worked 16 to 18 hour days, 4 to 5 days a week for 3 years. And that partially destroyed my body to put it where it is now, but it also just was not a good time. In general. Made good money. I miss the money. I really miss the money. That $25 an hour was hitting. But I do not miss coming home so tired I couldn't take my boots off. And I would fall asleep in the bed with fully clothed.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's harder to manage just a career like that and have mental illness all at the same time.
Unregulated and undiagnosed mental illness for a while. Because, I mean, I didn't get diagnosed until almost 2020, basically.
And now you have a husband that goes and works
Now I'm spoiled.
An 8 to 5 that comes home and helps you with your emotional regulation.
Yeah. But I mean, not only do you help me with my emotional regulation, but you also like... There's a word I'm looking for. You support me as a person in general.
Well, yeah.
And that's what's the most important part to me.
Because to me, life is about growth. If you're not learning, you're not living. Yeah. If you're not doing your best to advance yourself, then what are you even doing with your anything?
Yeah.
And us as a couple, our life paths, while we have our own things we do, we share a life path now.
Yeah.
So it makes no sense to me to not support each other in us because if we have a life happily, each of us as a person, it makes our life in a relationship as a whole much easier.
Relationships shouldn't be hard. The things surrounding your relationship might get hard, but you as a couple should always be able to go against it with each other. It should never be me against Az or Az against me. It should be me and Az against this problem we're solving, whether that problem is originated in each other or not. So, like, you can... I'm trying to think of an example, and I can't think of one with you, and I don't want to use a prior
I'm trying to think of where you picked up that awesome phrasing that relationship shouldn't be hard.
Me too. I'm trying to remember where I learned that phrase from. If only I could think of where that... So anyway, that's 2 hours, and I'm tired of being in clown makeup. I'm not like good old Azabov here. I fucking hate this shit on my face.
I could practically live in this up. Actually, taking it off is one of the main things that makes me question if I want to put clown makeup on for an event. Is the process to remove it.
For me, it's the process of putting it on and setting it. That screw is loose. It's been bugging me all night. I need to fix it. Yeah. But anyway, so that's what happens when I put something together.
So anyway,
that's been 2 hours. This has been Clown Thoughts.
Life can be hard, but your relationship should be easy.
Yeah, that. And with that, we're gonna...
Oh, and people are going to tear us apart in the comments for that.
What?
I can just see it now. Relationship should be easy.
But they should be.
And there's going to be...
There's no reason for them to not be.
No, it's because people are going to take us out of context. So before we end, I do want to...
We can... You know what? We can chase this
because
puppy.
this is an important thing to cover.
That was a foot flash. That's $4.99 for those who are watching.
With this. Ching-ching.
Cha-ching.
We're gonna put those like YouTube, big monetization
on YouTube. I'm gonna put $1 signs over my feet every time they appear.
Any of our feet, it's gonna be $1 sign censoring it.
But your relationship should be easy.
Like sitting there, yes, there are things like communicating that the relationship is going to require work.
That's it.
But you shouldn't feel like it's just this daunting task.
But work isn't... I don't want to be like work isn't hard, because that's wrong. But, like, it's not.
Never once have I dreaded coming home to my partner.
Never.
In this relationship. Never once in mine and Sabellow's relationship have I ever dreaded us being together.
Never.
Never. And that's what I'm getting at. Yeah. Us sharing a space shouldn't be a hard thing to do.
This is home.
This is home. This is where home is.
And we don't mean this building. We're talking about each other. Each other is home. Because that's... having your partner be your home. And I will say this, we have wildly different lives outside of each other. I'm more of the type who's probably going to go out most of the time and like go dance or go out to a metal show or go out with some friends here and there. I mean, fuck up going to freaking Michigan for 5 days and helping a friend out. But Az is kind of the type who's like more of a homebody. You'll go out like to karaoke or something like that, but you're not the type to like.
I'll go like if I
have out.
A purpose beyond just
being out,
being around.
Yeah,
I hate people.
Me too.
I do not like. Here's the thing: as a performer, there is a big difference between performing and wanting to see a big crowd than going somewhere and being in a big crowd.
Yeah.
When I'm center stage and I'm getting all this attention, all this adoration,
and in theory,
and
all
tips,
the money,
and all in theory money. Please, if you go out to performances and you see these performers working their asses off, every dollar counts, and even it's not the total. Like sometimes not even if we get 5s or 10s. It's the amount of ones that we get. That's a different person that loved us enough to extend out money, and that means the world to us.
Another
as
thing
performers.
that I'm going to jump in on here to say real fast is if you're recording an entertainer at a performance, hand them a tip.
Yes.
Because you are not handing them that video for them to use for content. You're showing your friends, and you are getting double the entertainment for basically free. And if I see one more goddamn bitch with their fucking phone in their hand and no one fucking tips me, I'm stopping my performance. And I've already told Pixie. I'm done. I'm done with it. I am tired of working my ass off as an entertainer and doing a show. Because fun fact, guys, I don't get paid to perform. I do it to help a bar that I love dearly. But I do not receive monetary payment for the job. I live off of tips and my business. So if you are recording a performer and you do not tip them, you're a fucking piece of shit.
So we do get kind of heated, especially from these standpoints, because we've gone through a lot of nights, because especially when you struggle already with mental health, we are still human beings. So when we're performing and then we see, like, it's happened to me where I've performed and I don't receive any tips. And I understand some people that night just don't have it. But then the performer right after me gets a fistful. It makes me wonder, A, what am I doing wrong? When everyone else around me is calling a phenomenal performer, what's my problem tonight? Or basically, oh, you enjoyed my performance, but it wasn't good enough for you to hand me even $1.
Yeah. And we're not trying to complain that, like, oh, you're not a piece of shit if you don't tip if you can't. But my rule of thumb is I have $1 single for as many entertainers are going on that night. And if that means that there are 11 entertainers, I have $11, and usually one for the bartender, because I'm only drinking waters and cokes all night. So, and even if you're not, you have I would rather have a big tab at the bar than pay an entry fee. That's my personal thing. But the door almost always goes to the house. The bar tabs go to the bartenders, as they should, or the bar tips. And again, I'm going to reiterate, if you are recording an entertainer, most venues nowadays don't let you. The Rose Room is one of the only ones in town that still allow it, because we are okay with it, and all of our entertainers understand. But it's hard to watch you record a performance that you're clearly obviously enjoying, but then to
because you wanted to save the moment, obviously.
Yeah, but then or share it with your friends, but then not tip just us. To give $1. That's ridiculous. And I watched that happen to 3 entertainers last week. And the only reason we got tipped out is because I freaking auctioned off my husband's clothing. And that's another thing. If someone says that they don't want to perform, they shouldn't be expected to perform. And I'm sorry for doing that to you. But you made $15.
No, our performers made 15 because I didn't want the money.
Well, you know what I'm saying is
because I
through
felt
that action.
Yeah.
You know, and then we were able to tip out the other performers. But to watch that happen,
I was disgusted.
It's heartbreaking.
I was completely disgusted that night over
and
what
I know
happened.
we talked about relationships shouldn't be hard, and then we got onto this shit. But
this is something that we actually face together
constantly
as a couple.
And it's one thing, or like I'll get tipped during performances because I'm a burlesque performer, and if you don't know what burlesque is, first off, Google it because I'm tired of explaining it to fucking these youngins who don't have a fucking clue what it is. But burlesque is essentially at its core the art of taking off clothes. We are the first original strippers, basically, from back in the fucking ye old days. You know, you had your can dancers, and then they've, you know, led the way to burlesque. I really need to get better on my history. I'm pretty sure that's actually not how it worked, but anyway, it's the art of taking off clothes. And most of us who do burlesque make our own costumes, make our own custom mixes, we do our own makeup and hair, we make our own props, we put hours and hours and hours into learning chair tricks and training our bodies to do splits or back bends or cartwheels or whatever the hell. I mean, I've rolled off a damn stage and I've rolled an ankle, I've torn ligaments in my knee. I mean, we've put ourselves through grueling activity to do what we do. And for people to not respect that as an art form and hand us a fucking dollar is disrespectful. You've paid. Hell, it was at a free event. We'll use this one as an example. You didn't even have to pay to get in. And you can't use the $5 to tip $1 to each entertainer. And that's shameful. And you're right. And I will also devil's advocate this, or whatever the hell, is we should be paid. Entertainers should be paid a living wage, or a fee, or a whatever, or, you know, a performance fee. We should be. You're right. But some of us aren't. And some of us can't afford to put in the work to do so. And sometimes there are troops who gatekeep and make it very difficult to make that possible. And those actions hurt the community as a whole. If you are not tipping at your local bars to your local burlesque entertainers, don't go to their shows. Because you're not helping them. You're harming them. Because then your venues are going to notice that they're either you're not buying drinks and you're not tipping and you're not doing these things. You can't, the world runs on money. And we put our hearts and souls out there. Most of us are disabled. Most of us have full-time jobs. And again, all of that work accumulates into a 5-minute show. And we've spent hundreds of dollars to get there. And to be disrespected and not handed $1. And not everyone has to hand $1, but like just to sit here the entire show, obviously you wanted to record us and see our show, and then to not tip, it's just like spitting in our faces. Oh, you're good enough for me to show my friends, but you're not good enough for me to actually want to invest in you. And that's where I struggle to be able to support most of the crowds that I've come in contact with. Sorry. Obviously, this has been weighing very heavily on me. Because I think about it. Every time I get dressed for a show, it's, you know, this money is what makes my entire world go around right now. You know, Az takes care of a lot and handles a lot of things, but every $5 I get is $5 they don't have to spend. So I live off of tips from shows and from clients, from my, you know, from work. But when you're just getting started, either as an entertainer or as a small business, every dollar counts. Every bit of support counts. And I'm not trying to discourage anybody from going to a show, but if you're going to a show and you would rather spend your money at the bar than go on another night that there's not a show. And that's how I feel about it. Okay, sorry.
Well, that escalated quickly.
Sorry.
Well, no, and it's just like along the lines like, let's take Wednesday night, for example, where my wife offered me up as a stripper.
Yeah, to then find out they had a $5 bill they could have broken into ones and given every entertainer $1. That pissed me off so fucking bad.
And
I'm sorry.
Let me get real close here. My wife offered me up for $1 per piece of clothing I would remove, $5 for me to remove everything except for my underwear. We have had this discussion, and we both agree that I am worth way more money.
Yes.
And she's never going to do that to me again.
We did agree. However,
but
if I had not pulled that move,
if that had not happened,
none of us would have made money that night. And there were 10 people in that bar.
Because this is where my standpoint, where money matters, but how I handle or how my art is viewed, because I am trying to do better and realize that even as a vocalist, I don't write music, I do covers, but it's still a talent and it's still an art. Whenever I am brought down to a point where I don't get tipped until I am taking off clothes,
it hurts.
It hurts and it cheapens what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Because I'm there to display a vocal talent that I have been told is rather unique. I have quite a range, and I try to display it very often in my performances. But whenever me, someone who struggles with body positivity, every time I look back on it, all I can think of is how disgusting that I look to myself being up there. And I looked at it as this is the way that my talent is going to be used at this time. I have no interest in performing unless I'm doing someone else a favor. And even then, it better be someone that, even then it's going to be, not really even who it is, it's going to be like whatever the occasion is. If I manage to pull together the mental fortitude to be able to do it, sure, but I can't keep letting stuff like that happen to me whenever I've sang my heart out.
Yeah.
And had the crowd just enormous amounts of cheering, but then the performer right after me walked away with fistfuls of money.
Yeah. And I'm going to touch on this one more time too, is we get that I have a lot of people who come to see. Yeah. And you're right on that, Dylan. Dysmorphia is a motherfucker. You know, it is a daily battle. We each have to face it. And some people face it for different reasons. It doesn't make it any less valid to do what we're doing. But now, personally, fully closed cover is lit. You deserve more. Thank you.
I look so much better fully clothed. I put a lot of effort into looking that cheap.
Yeah, you don't. Anyway, I don't look cheap. I'm fucking expensive. So, And it's also one of those things is I have, on a given night, 2 to 3 people in the crowd that are there to see me specifically. That are friends of mine who come. Thank you. That are friends of mine that come to see us perform. And a lot of people, it's called a stacked crowd. A lot of people have those. You know, you have friends and big groups of friends who come to see you perform. And we get that, but it's up to you as another entertainer to educate your friends as a whole to be able to communicate that, listen, I know I'm performing and you love me dearly, but you should appreciate all the other performers that are here tonight because they work just as hard or sometimes harder, because I can point out there's some entertainers who work way fucking harder than I do. Because for me, I don't have the ability to do it. I don't have the ability to put hours into doing it. Whereas there are some people like my little sister Pixie Pastel who does put those hours and hours and hours and hours and hours. I mean, this woman runs drill after drill after drill after drill every day. Goes to pole classes, goes to chair classes, learns, constantly develops her style, is about to become a traveling entertainer, works her whole ass off. And I will, by gods, I may be the troop leader of the House of Chaos alongside my lovely husband that she is a part of. She has surpassed me in that talent. And I will give her that credit all day long, every fucking day. And it shows in her performances that she is putting in those hours of work. And I will tell every one of my friends, that's my little sister, support her. I will tell every one of my friends, another entertainer we have, Phoenix Moon, that is a good friend of mine, support him. He is phenomenal. That man's has a body that don't stop, and he knows how to use it. I will tell my friends, Haya is another phenomenal performer that we both love dearly. Phenomenal fucking entertainer. Puts her heart and her soul into it. Venus Moon, while young and learning, still amazing. Still putting her heart out there. Shit. I think it's there. Excuse me. Their heart out there and busting their ass. I have innate talent because I did dance my entire life. But they are out there putting in hours and hours and hours of practice. There's a reason that I backed off and I'm only a guest entertainer. My time is in the costuming. I show up in a fucking rad-ass costume, do my number, and dip.
And I think that was another thing, because I don't practice much with my body, and after recent injuries, I'm even more limited.
Yeah.
I practice and train my voice for hours and hours.
I'll even get my own husband practices more than me.
I do it in the car.
Where I show up and listen to the song that I submitted and go, yeah, okay, I know what I'm doing.
And it's another reason, it's hard to constantly think of.
I'm about to just go down to Slim Chickens my fucking self.
Music.
This is ridiculous.
For, I'm sorry. Music for performances, because I have to know the lyrics, and I've had moments where I have actually forgotten half of a song I've known for years, and it's fucking embarrassing, because I don't shake my ass well enough to make up for those things, and it's a lot of stress. I also do not play an instrument. 100% of my talent is in my voice, and I take a lot of pride in that. I've even had moments where I've forgotten an entire line of lyrics, and I've had people in the audience tell me they didn't even fucking notice. I took pride in that, but that was another moment I didn't get fucking tipped.
She got her fucking order. Oh my god, I was about to stress the fuck out. Sorry.
But when it comes down to then being asked to perform alongside other performers, because honestly, if you go to a burlesque show or a drag show and you see all these wonderful queens in their dresses and all these beautiful men and women taking off all their clothes, no one gives that much of a fuck about the singing clown. So it's also having the realization that I need to choose my audience, and those audiences aren't there to see someone like me. And I'm not going to sit there and strip down to a body I'm not even proud of.
I'm sorry, Mac.
Thank you, Mac.
Thank you, Random Citizen. We love you too.
I did have that happen.
You did during a show.
During a show.
I love you.
Someone was like, I love you. And I was like, I love you too, Random Citizen.
We're just still in Dylan's shtick. Because he does that shit.
We all do it.
Valid. But we love you, Citrus.
Oh, I'm based...
Even when you don't text me back because you're a slut. Anyway. I gotta fucking cut that whole bit out.
Oh, listen,
I got 2 hours and 25 minutes of footage to edit in a day. So, relationships are hard, our food's on the way. No, wait. Relationships shouldn't be hard.
Relationships shouldn't be that hard.
We're hungry. We love you. Be good. Be happy. I don't fucking know. That's what I got.
So, thank you all for joining us for this lovely podcast. I think for the next time, I'm actually going to bring the mic much closer because this right here, the voice is crispy.
The look you give your mic is the same look you give me. Never mind.
Let's not.
So, thank you so much for tuning in.
Anyway,
we love you.
Thank you so much for tuning in.
Mac,
we love each and every one of you.
If you're still streaming, I'm sending them to you.
He's not.
He's not. What a fucking... I can't say that word. What a honker. Who is streaming? Hang on. Okay. You know what? Only because he is streaming about dragons. Grouch. Kiss my ass. We're going to raid...
But anyway, love you all. And we'll be doing this bi-weekly?
Hang on. Yes.
If it takes off, if you guys find plenty of people to support us, we may do this weekly, but that all depends on you guys making it worth our while and making us famous.
I don't remember how to do it anymore. Why is it not?
Oh, we gotta hold on. We still gotta hydrate redeem.
Fuck me. Why? Why ain't it do? I'm dumb. Somebody fix it. Make it do. No, make it do what I want. Mac, help.
/raid.
Fuck me. They changing shit. Do I have to at him? Nope, I don't have to add him. Okay, we did it. Fuck me. It used to be exclamation point, right? Whatever. Alright, Cody's talking about dragons. He's a really cool artist friend of him, and I love him, and bye, and we'll see y'all later. Deuces.